Module 6, Lesson 1, Content Creation and Strategy. In SEO, we talk about content. We always say content is king. Content refers to the information and experiences directed towards an end user or audience. It could be in various forms: blogs, articles, videos, infographics, podcasts, and more. In the 1990s, Bill Gates wrote an essay titled Content is King, where he emphasized the importance of content in the digital age. So at that time, the internet was rapidly growing and content would play a crucial role in shaping the online landscape. Why do we say content is king? It's high quality content that captures audiences, making them stay longer on your site. It's the value proposition. It establishes authority and trust by providing value to readers. Content is king also because of shareability. Great content gets shared, increasing visibility and brand awareness. So how do you create high quality SEO optimized content? You start out with a content brief. And an SEO content brief, it's a detailed document that is created by a content manager or strategist to help content writers understand the goals and objectives of a piece of content. So here's an example of a content brief. So the content brief starts out with the title, which is also your H1. In this example, what is a content brief and how to write it? So that would be the heading or H1 of your content brief. So the keyword that we're targeting here is content brief. And from your keyword research that you learned earlier, content brief is your seed keyword. Secondary keywords are keywords or questions related to the seed keyword that you can include in the copy. Meta description is the under 160 characters. The title tag could also be your H1, but you can modify it just as long as it stays under 100, and just as long as it stays under 60 characters. We talked about content funnel stage, top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, target audience, who are you writing to, and then the goal and the word count. So this is a basic template for a writing brief. So content briefs help with in-house or freelance writers understand expectations and how to stay on task. It also increases the likelihood of receiving a quality first draft instead of revision after revision. Think of a content brief as the gateway to consistent high-quality content that ranks well in the search engines. As I showed in the example, the typical content brief starts out with the topic, which could be the H1, your title tag, which should be under 60 characters, your meta description, which should be under 160 characters. Then you start out with your target or primary keyword, secondary keyword, editorial direction, expected word count. Also, in your content briefs, you should include internal links that are pointing to other pages of your website of relevant content, and external links pointed to external websites with relevant content. And then if you do have images within your content brief, add those recommended images along with alt text describing the images. So the title tag and meta description, 60 characters or under, meta description 155 to 160 characters, so that it doesn't get truncated in the search results. So with your URL, be short and descriptive. Google only understands hyphens in the URL to separate the keywords, so make sure to use hyphens if you're using multiple words. Headings are like a heading in the book. Only one H1, only one H title, H1 heading tag. And the book chapters are H2s, H3s, H4s, the sections in your copy. Look at competitors' related content to determine word count to ensure readability and ensure readability by writing scalable paragraphs of 3 to 5 short sentences. You do this because heavy text could be a turnoff for readers. It's harder to digest compared to short sentences or paragraphs. When you're doing internal links, try to include 3 to 5 internal links and 2 or more external links pointing to relevant content. And don't forget also to optimize your images with the file name, with the keyword in the file name, the alt text. If you're going to use captions, make sure it's optimized, and also add schema, especially if it's an article or a product page. When we talk about content in SEO, there's 2 different things that Google looks for as part of their algorithm. EAT, E-E-A-T, meaning they're looking for content that where the writer has the experience, the expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. So Google emphasizes this in their search quality guidelines. So in order for Google to know the quality of the content, it needs to follow the EAT model. EAT is really important, especially when it comes to health, finance, legal matters, and other areas where accuracy and credibility are important. So using EAT as a model will help Google believe that your website is trustworthy and you're a reliable source. There's also a helpful content update. So a helpful content update is designed to reward websites that deliver unique and helpful content that is written for humans first rather than search engines. So it's useful content that users are looking for and you're answering. So what you're writing for a target audience, what do they need? What problems do they have? Questions do they have? And what are you going to solve and answer to be helpful for those users? And if the quality of the content is good, where it's answering the questions, people will share, recommend, and revisit your content. So helpful content is really relevant to questions that people find useful. It displays expertise and depth of knowledge on the topic that they're looking for. It provides the reader with enough information to satisfy them on the topic. And it also follows EAT principles. So if you're trying to optimize for Google helpful content, write for humans, not for search engines. In a lot of cases, AI tools that write content could be picked up by Google, so that wouldn't be considered helpful. If you're going to write content with AI, you have to revise and edit. There are AI checkers, free online checker tools out there where you can plug in your content to see the percentage of what it's picking up as far as AI. So having the expertise, just like EAT, and writing content that fulfills and doesn't fulfill promises. This is helpful content. So when it comes to content and king, SEO really follows that quality content. It's part of the Google Panda algorithm, which I'll discuss later. But ensure that you have quality content that is helpful, that is trustworthy and reliable.